What's up everybody, Mr. Media 82 and KeenGamer here with another Let's Play video. And in today's Let's Play video, we're going to take a look at Scrap Garden. I'm going to go ahead and dive right in.
This amazing story happened to one old and small robot, serial number C4N, whom other robots called just Canny.
What I like about Scrap Garden is how it reminds me of games like Spyro the Dragon and Crash Bandicoot, although due to the artistic choices of the game, it kind of reminds me a little bit more of Crash Bandicoot.
Canny had to be put to sleep and woken up later with a new, polished, and shining body. He did fall asleep and saw a very strange dream.
See the contrast in environments as well as the shadows definitely add to the game's charm.
He wanted to scream, but he barely had enough energy to squeak. Eventually, he woke up. What happened to the city of robots? Why did all the robots stop moving? Did anyone survive except him? The little rusty
Definitely an interesting story here in Scrap Garden.
to find answers to these questions and try to fix it all.
Not many games can offer or even lay claim to such a thing as an interesting story. You'll notice here that Scrap Garden is very much a third-person platformer. Your traditional controls are the left analog stick, which allows you to move your character, and the right analog stick gives you the freedom to manipulate the camera in any direction that you'd like. Now if you want to zoom in or out, you can do that by pressing the right trigger once, which will zoom out, and again to zoom back in. Let's go ahead and get these rubies. Now you'll notice the warning message that's popping up here, and that's just letting me know if I stay in there long enough, my battery is going to deplete. And as you can imagine, once your battery depletes, you're going to run out of juice and you're going to die, causing you to start the section over again. Let's go ahead and avoid those while picking up the rubies. Get that generator piece. Now you'll notice as I play each section, there are rubies scattered throughout each level. So you'll see why those are important in a minute, but for now, you'll notice that Canny is able to move a lot faster, and he can jump pressing the A button. Obviously, he can pick up items by pressing the X button and then throwing them to press the X button again. Okay. Some little instances like this missing battery here are self-explanatory, and the items that you need are generally within the vicinity. Okay. Now, definitely what I like about Scrap Garden right off the bat is how the cutscenes in the game don't necessarily happen right away. They particularly happen in moments of importance. Little sequences like you see right here generally keep the action moving and don't break you away from the gameplay at all, which is a really nice element to the game. So you see here, get some rubies. They're pretty much scattered throughout. Now, what their main focus is essentially is to give you access to other areas that require a certain amount. So it's important to pick these up as you find them. They're all over the place. Double jumping is as simple as pressing A twice. You'll see here that there's all these dormant robots all over the world. Now you can knock them down, and for those who like to achievement hunt, you know, doing enough of them will grant you some of those achievements. Now the rubies that I were mentioning earlier, they're not always as out in the open as you saw. They can be in these boxes. You just pick them up and throw them, or you can jump on them, which I'll show you in a second as soon as I get to another box, which happens to be right there. Just jump on that, and there's a ruby. Yeah, it's just that simple. Let's see. I always miss that jump on the first try. Let's see if I get it on the second one. Okay. You'll see there's some enemies down there. The enemies in the game aren't really that hard. You can take them out just by jumping on them, similar to Crash Bandicoot. Now, throughout the game you'll see enemies, but they won't be as out in the open like that. Some will just not give you the opportunity to react, so it's important to anticipate. Now, for this right here, this little retro arcade machine, just a old school game. All you got to do is avoid the gaps by pressing A. You can't move forward or back, so just timing your jumps and pressing the A button is all you need to do. And it's just that simple. It doesn't really add too much to the game there, but it is a nice little touch. Let's go ahead and exit that and continue on. Nice little sequence there. Some of these sequences, as you can see right here, will act as a checkpoint. So you can get the game saved right there in the top middle. Now we got to go ahead and find City Hall. Let's knock down some of these robots here. Alright, so we're going to go ahead, knock every single one of these guys down, because you do get achievements. Now this guy right here, he looks awfully familiar, so feel free to leave a comment below and let me know who this is. But if you knock him down, you get an achievement right away. Let's go ahead and collect some more of these guys. Now you may be noticing that I'm not encountering too many enemies. That's quite alright, because they do increase in frequency as you play the game. I'm going to go ahead and show you what happens when I get hit by one of them. The life bar goes down. That's not necessarily an issue, because there are ways to heal you, which I'll show you in a minute. Let's go ahead and jump to those guys right there. Got another box, let's pick that up. Okay, I'm going to show you what happens if you jump from too far away. Let's go ahead and pick these guys up, jump off. Boom, see, almost half my health is gone already. So we're going to take care of that in a second. Just got to find City Hall. Now, I would like to point out that there are over 100 or so rubies in this level. I'm not going to pick up every single one of them, but I will show you why it's important to have so many. Let's go ahead and find City Hall. Now you'll see my health is down. Take out this enemy right here. This little wrench right here is what I'd like to consider a health pack. So you walk into it and your health is regenerated. That isn't going to have an effect on how much is recovered in terms of your health. It doesn't. If your health is a quarter of the way through or 90% down, once you pick up that wrench, you'll be fine and good to go. So you see I have 66 rubies, and the requirement to move on to the next section of the game forces you to spend 60. So there we go, we have access to the next level. Now you'll notice right here, the tone of the game completely changes, almost to that of a survival horror game, which I think is amazing. And you'll see here about the enemies taking advantage of you and your placement in the level. So like I said earlier, it's important to anticipate what the enemies are going to do, because if you do not, you will lose some life. Let's see this. Yeah, there's the switch. Pull it down. Okay. And the atmosphere of the game completely changes back to what it was in the first chapter. Let's go ahead and grab some more rubies. It's definitely important to make sure that you have enough every level. And there's another robot, rat, taking advantage of me. I gotta find a way to anticipate more frequently or more consistently. Just go ahead. Gonna have Canny play the piano. noticed that the sound quality is really good too. Piano keys and the sound coming from the piano definitely sound as if they were sitting right in the room next to me, which I think is fantastic. Let's go ahead and get some more rubies. We go ahead and walk up this spiral staircase. Keep going, more rubies up there. Once I get to the top, there'll be a cutscene. I'm gonna go ahead and skip that, so I don't spoil any of the story for those of you that actually want to play the game.
Canny? Is that?
That guy is pretty much going to be your eyes and ears. What he gave me at the end of that cutscene was a crowbar that's going to allow me to lift up this manhole cover, conveniently placed in a house. See, the environment changes right back to the way it was when we first started Chapter 2. But we're going to go ahead and collect some more rubies. Just avoid the spider. Now, you'll see this little wall here is damaged. That just means you can break through it using any object that you can pick up. As you can see there, it's just as simple as picking it up and throwing it by pressing the X button. Alright, let's get some more rubies. First time I played this game, those bats actually hurt me, so make sure you watch out when you're going into that little tunnel over there. Alrighty. We're going to go ahead and break that wall with the box. 29 rubies. Okay, there's a key. I'll show you what that's for in a second. Okay, I gotta find a wrench or I'm gonna be in big trouble. There we go, right there. See, you'll notice that my health went right back up. And I'm not paying attention and got caught by that spider, so now my health is half gone already. But that's okay, we're gonna take care of that real soon. Step on that spider. Getting the ruby. And then so let's proceed up the stairs. Now, if you want to see what I think about Scrap Garden in more detail, please be sure to go to KeenGamer.com and look up Mr. Media 82, as well as any reviews, previews, or Let's Play videos. You can go ahead and check out KeenGamer.com. You know, I forgot what that clock is for. I don't think it matters too much because we're going to just finish up this chapter. I believe it's just a collectible. Let's go ahead and knock these guys down. Doesn't look like they can go down, so let's see if we can. There we go, that's 1, 2, perfect. More rubies the better, guys. It's important to take your time and search every area. You want to make sure that you have what you need when you go into the door that requires you to spend the rubies. See the key that we picked up earlier? Access the next area by pressing X to use the key. Alright, we have 56 rubies. 57, and now we're going to pick up this wrench to regen our health. I'm going to just skip those boxes and rubies there, because that's pretty much all we're going to need for this section. You'll notice that 40 is the requirement. This little area is going to have the generator moving, and we're going to get to the next chapter.
0 and 1. Canny, you started the generator. No one knows what happened.
Give you a small little taste of the story. I'm going to skip it right about now.
Although Canny was a robot, he did not trust teleports too much. And though he seemed calm on the outside, deep inside he was afraid. However, dimensional transport of matter went off without a hitch. The northern province appeared to be a desolate...
And that's pretty much Scrap Garden in a nutshell. It's very, very simple platformer, very charming, intuitive gameplay, nice platforming levels. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. But again, for all your gaming interest, please go ahead and check out KeenGamer.com. And for more of a detailed review of Scrap Garden, look up Mr. Media 82. And until next time.